Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Mic 1, mic 2, mic 3, So once they are launching, when you press the button, so that you don't forget. If not, you can forget. And start learning launching. You ready?
Yeah. A very beautiful morning to you, Abuja. It's Women Voices on this Wednesday morning, and I'm Abdulkabir Zara with
Atinuke and Nukay, of course.
I think you are not being a very good girlfriend.
What did I do again
today? I've had this in my mind since yesterday to come and attack you.
What did I do after getting?
A few days ago.
Yes.
Was it yesterday or before yesterday? Your boyfriend was harassed, embarrassed. As a good girlfriend, as an understanding girlfriend, we're talking about speed darlington.
You didn't call it well. Speed darlington. Mama, the energy god himself.
There you have it.
Yes.
You're supposed to, use every media at your disposal to fight, call out names, like when you're embarrassing my boyfriend.
We're on
you
it.
just kept quiet over
We're on it, don't worry.
Anyway, that is by the way. Good morning once again, Abuja. This morning we have a little twitch in our topic today. It's not the general issue of women we'll talk about. So we are having a little switch today to talk about general issues. And with us, we have Omogbolagon Temitope on this topic. And for the first time, myself and Atinuke, we are not on the same page. In fact, we are not even seeing eye to eye on this topic. As a matter of fact, we are talking about relevance and marketability of some courses we study in school and the choice of institution, higher institution generally. So, first of all, I want you to state your stance, Atinuke. State your stance on your side of the topic, because the first side of the topic concerns you, and the second side of the topic concerns our guest. So state your stance on relevance and marketability of courses like you've mentioned, mass communication and theater arts in particular.
Okay. All right. A very good morning to everyone. It's Women Voices on Rhythm 94.7 FM, and thanks for keeping it locked. Of course, we have Temitope Omogbolagon, and what has really endeared me to her is that she's passionate not only about girls but teenagers, and we all know that the teenage years, we all know that because we've passed through that delicate and sensitive aspect of our lives. So she is a very passionate person about whenever it has to do with the teenagers or anything that has to do about teen. So because of our mentorship programs and our posts and all of that, it has, I've asked her one question and she said it has to do with a lot. You can't just give a straight answer, and that is actually where we're bringing her to the show. And apart from that, the fact that Zara and I, for the first time, we stayed at different parallel lines concerning this argument.
For the past 2 days.
For the past 2 days, actually, we've been sending barrage of voice notes. She has been screen watching evidences and everything, giving me examples and all of that. What is the argument? Some courses do not deserve to be studied in school. That is my argument. Especially courses that are not professionalized, something like theater arts, mass communication. Probably the reason is because I am a student of mass communication. That I did mass communication from 0 to 100. All that I professionalized it from School of Journalism to the university, did mass communication, did journalism, did public relations and advertising, did English, social studies, all in the bid to be professional. And then you come out and see that somebody who didn't go will just do a crash course and is excelling well, may not be professional, but is doing so well. So that's actually why we're going to ask the Director of Operations of Girls Beyond Reach Education Foundation. She has been doing a whole lot of Temitope Omogbolagon.
Hi, good morning.
A very good morning. So I'm putting it to you. I know you're on Zara's side.
No,
I know.
Don't be on my side. Be on your side. Be on your side so that she doesn't feel
I'm
like
actually on the side of
the truth.
Okay.
So I'm the truthful one.
No, I just said
Point one.
Okay.
No, I didn't say that. Don't mind Zara. Don't put words in my mouth. So good morning once again. Thank you for having me here.
You're welcome.
So talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
So talking about coming into the choice of a course, yes, there is the marketability, and there is also the okay, thank you. There's also the aspect of passion, and many times because it feels like, just like you pointed out with mass communication, there are a lot of gate crashers in mass communication, and it looks like
Yes,
and it looks like, why did I go to school to study this? But there's always something that distinguishes you. You can either take it or leave it. Unfortunately, it looks like we don't have a crop of very intelligent people these days, and it looks like he who has the largest clout as the side of the people. But one thing is, going through that process, there is a reformation that happens to you. There are things that I know that somebody on Twitter who tweets about mass communication, about journalism, about news, about current issues doesn't have. Yes, you can give them the clout, but when this person actually comes to my field, and when we are given a level ground, trust me, my professionalism will speak for me. My 4 years course in mass communication will speak for me. It wasn't a waste after all. And that's why many times my friends come to me, they say, hey, look at this tweet, what do you think? And I said, do you know there is a theory pushing this thought? And they'll be like, no. I said, no, there is nothing that comes out without an agenda. You know, having gone through mass communication for 4 years helped to shape me that there are actually things that there are agendas behind every thought that you see out there. The fact that it is popular doesn't mean that I will stand by it, because I understand. I know that some people are somewhere just tweeting and pushing things, but if you don't have that requisite knowledge, you know, you just go with the crowd. And as a professional, somebody comes to me and say, why didn't you do this? Hey, you people are not reporting. You people are covering. And I say, come, do you know that this and this, there's a context when it comes to writing a story? It's not just me going with sensation, but a blogger doesn't know that. A blogger just want to push a content and get the likes. But I, as a professional, I have an integrity that I want to protect. And what bets that integrity? The knowledge that I have. So just like Theatre Hat, we have a lot of actors, but there are some people, I don't know, someone like Funke Akindele, I like her because I know that she knows the job. She understands, and what she puts into her movies, what she puts into her role is different from somebody who just has a fine face, who produces movie for ABBA or something. It's different. So yes, in some situation, you can get a crash course, you know, and then get into that field. But even with that crash course, you are still getting knowledge. You are going into that crash course to get knowledge. That means that knowledge is important.
Yes.
So the 4 years, whatever that person studied in the university as well, is a waste. It's just like telling me that business administration is not useful because everybody now does business.
No, that's not my argument. If you're not going to, for example, you cannot see somebody in aprons and saying that I am a doctor. But if you are caught, if you are caught, you'll be in for it.
And that is why
the same thing with law.
Yes.
If you are caught, you'll be in for it. Engineers, the same thing. If you're caught, but I put it to you that to become a journalist in quotes these days just takes you to go to UTC to print an ID card and then flash it at any event and say I'm a journalist. And if you are caught practicing journalism, it is not as professionalized. So my argument now is that instead of spending that 4 years to go through something that you can actually go through it doing a crash course.
Let me stop you.
No.
So I'm beginning to get angry.
You know,
up and vex.
So yes,
up and vex.
It just
this morning.
Okay, and mommy, I want to go and study food and nutrition. I want to go and study that. Kathy did well studying dancing and all of that, but believe me, for my own, because of my experience, I'm not talking about the second person's experience. My own experience, I'll say, why can't you just do something that is marketable? When you do something not marketable, something that is worth you spending time. You can gain that knowledge without actually spending 4 years of your life.
Hold up.
Sorry.
Okay, go on.
While she's talking about this, tech is like the selling thing now.
Yes.
And people do crash courses in tech.
Yes.
So would you say that people shouldn't study software engineering, computer science? Would you say that people shouldn't study business administration, just like I said now? Would you say people shouldn't study business administration because anybody can sell
That
on
is
Instagram?
actually why I chose my words carefully.
Hold on,
I said mass communication, theater arts, fishery, horticulture. There are plenty.
I love introduce my audience to be a part of the show. Please, you can call in or send in a message on 08178800947 or I'll take that again, 08178000947. Now I hold the two of you up. Let me make my point because I'm up and vexful. I said we've been arguing this thing since 2 days ago. So I woke up early because of her this morning. Like I'm going to give it to her back to back. Now she's not shutting me up. Like she knows my plan. Now let's get back to you. Say finding or penalizing people that are not practicing or that are practicing without learning it.
Like
the fact that they are not being punished does not make it right. For example, when you sit to watch a Nigerian movie and then the next thing you just see people like Rita Dominic, Charles Inoje, Richard Moffat, that is RMD, you have Joke Silva, Sam Dede, Saint Obi, those of blessed memories. Anyway, you already know that you are expecting something intelligible, something very, very intelligent. Something very intelligent to show up in that movie. Now, this is because these people know what they are doing. All these people have mentioned
Beautiful.
they study theater arts. Hold on.
Beautiful.
They study theater arts in school.
Let's go
so
on.
they are not backyard actors and actresses
Yes.
that will just come and say, I know how to smile very well so I can be an actor. I know how to cry very well so I can be an actress.
Exactly.
So it doesn't cut it for me at all. The fact that I could just decide today I want to be an actress and nobody will penalize me for it because I didn't study theater arts. Or maybe just because I say I have experience in the radio now, so I should be able to talk in front of the camera and I should be able to make use of the mic. So of course I can go as an actress. Fine, I will not be penalized, but there are ways that will bring out that show, that movie, that in fact you might even just want to change the channel, like what's this one doing? But you can't see people like she mentioned now, Fuke Akindele, and not want to stay back. You want to see like, oh,
Did she study theater arts?
Yeah, she did. I think she did law, then she went into. But
she was arguing
Probably
with
on the
me, and
long
she even
run.
mentioned my favorite director, my favorite
Kunle
filmmaker,
Afolayan, who
I gave it back to her.
yes, who inherited
He still went
just like
to New York.
Ogunde's son.
See,
Who's
He
just like
went to New York
Ogunde.
Film Academy.
Yes,
And then not to mention that his father was theater arts person. So
Yeah.
please,
Kunle did not go to a proper school, but Kunle was born in.
That's what I wanted to say
school.
was
Yeah,
yes,
you
and
are
apart
not
from
in
that,
the
yes, he
school.
was born in it. Do you get?
So that's
Those are
enough
one.
education.
No, those are one out of.
what of
all
other
the
people
other
have mentioned?
cases.
You have seen mention
You
further.
understand? Okay, let's mention Tunde Kelani. Let's mention
Okay.
Tunde Kelani. Yes, Tunde Kelani is doing very well. We are talking about 1 out of 1,000, 1 out of 1 million. Tunde Kelani, Kunle Afolayan. We're talking 1 out of 1
I have a
million.
call. I'll cut you off. Hello, good morning, and welcome to the show. Your name? Where are you calling from?
Did you hear how this person said it?
Good morning, please. Your name? Where are you calling from?
Is that Patrick?
Our student, Patrick from Nukay. You're welcome.
Good morning, Patrick. Ah. What's he saying?
We are talking about the relevance and marketability of some courses in school.
Okay. I think I'm on the side of Atinuke right?
Okay.
What I understand from her. I think what she's trying to emphasize is that there are more people who are more talented in some areas. I don't think we need to study for some courses for 4 years. For example, how many of those people who studied political science?
God bless you, Patrick.
How many of them are still not even president of the country right now?
That's probably why we are where we are.
That's my point. We are with you.
Patrick, we are listening to you.
So how many of them are still not for implementation? So most senators. So you see that it is only people who have a little bit of most of getting more have money who make their way get to that of positions. and you yourself will see what are they trying to do. They are not making it as it is only content and they are continuing from not.
Patrick, for the sake of time, I'm going to have to cut you
Oh,
short.
Patrick!
I'm sorry.
Okay, please, let us not just argue and then lose the content, lose the purpose. You know why? Let me ask. When I finished the first this in mass communication, and I went to a certain TV station for my internship, I was asked to go to the street for Vox Pop. Do you know that I didn't know what to do? Very, very important. I didn't know what to do. Do you know? They now told me that don't tell me you spent all these years studying this thing, and I'm asking you to go on the street and you say you don't know what to do. It now boils down to practicalizing. No, it's not about school now. That's actually why they send students for internship. You understand? Computer science, there are some certain courses they send students for internship. I'd like you to dwell on craftsmanship, internship, and physical. How am I going to put that now? Practical. There's the practical aspect of putting that into cognizance. I'd like you to dwell on that.
Okay, thank you. You are. Okay, thank you very much. So you are not. Your experience is not far-fetched from the experience of a number of Nigerian students. However, it also depends on the institution. There are some institutions, like mine, we had enough practical. We had a departmental magazine. We had departmental, what's it called now, broadcast, this thing. So we already had an experience with it. We just went into the industry to broaden our horizon, and then to also, gain proper workplace experience. And yes, we can never we can't underestimate the power, the influence of internships in the student circle. If I were to advise parents, I would say that even if it was not yet 300 level for CIWES, allow your children after every year. I think there was a school my brother attended, secondary school. After your GS3, the school looks for what's it called now? Instead of wasting that period, they look for organizations where you can go and do industrial training. As far as secondary school,
Good.
From your 100 level, look for opportunities. Look for layers with people. Look for places where your children can get workplace exposure. It's actually very, very important. So sometimes it helps to bridge the gap. You are reading about something, you are talking about something, but you've never seen it, you've never experienced it. So that industrial training is that first opportunity to get exposed to workplace. So if you can, after their 100 level first break, let them get a place to do like an internship. They don't need to be paid, because these days we are overestimating. We put money before every other thing, and it's sad actually. But let them get requisite experience. Maybe just a month, 2 months, 2 weeks, 1 month. Then they come back to school. By then they are able to relate those things. All those John Maxwell, whatever, they are able to relate it to their everyday life. And that's one of the defects that we have in the educational space.
Let's
in
not
Nigeria.
forget that we mentioned earlier that this topic is double faceted.
Exactly.
So we are just dwelling on one aspect and our time is fast spent. So let's just briefly touch upon picking the right higher institution as a teenager. Or some people even go to school at a very old age. So let's not just even talk about teenagers, but specifically teenagers, but choosing the right institution to suit what you want, right? In consideration of a lot of things.
And also, please convert your calls to messages. We may not be able to pick calls now. I saw Zara battling with some calls, trying to.
So I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
Call that I ignored. I'm honestly sorry.
Sorry about that. So outside of growing in our home environment, one of the very important decisions that a child will make in their formative years is the institution that they attend. And the higher institution now. A lot of friendships, relationships, connections are formed in the higher institution. I see a lot of big people now, and you ask, how come this person knows this person? You realize that they attended the same school and then they were friends, and you never even related. So it is actually very important. And one of the things that I tell parents is, sit with your children. Don't let them just go and choose their institution. Sometimes they are just choosing because they are friends.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody's choosing this school. I saw this school in a movie. Everybody, you get. But guide them through it. Don't just tell them, this is school I want you to go. Explain to them, talk to them. Oh, these are the pros and the cons of the school, and this is why I want you to look into this direction. Also, when you are choosing that school, being that Yahoo boy school, I don't know if you've ever
Yes,
experienced
I know.
it.
I wouldn't want to mention those schools.
Exactly. So it makes you feel, sometimes when you're in a public setting, to even introduce your school, you are taken aback. So, and some they'll be like, and some people like, okay. My cousin was for 8 years for a 4-year course.
Yes.
Yes, sometimes we can't help it. But some, after the general ASU strike, their internal school, their internal ASU is striking. Then the SANU of school classrooms now, they'll tell you it's a part-time course. They are exactly this that learning thing. They are an affiliate of something, and you realize that you just wasted how many years? The school is not existing. Nobody knows it. NUC does not know the school. And also, there are some schools that some courses are not accredited. They start the courses in hope and
to get
accreditation
accreditation later on.
Get accreditation. Then you finish school and realize that exactly. So all of these things must be put in check. You have to research and research and research. And I tell students too, this jam brochure, during our days, we used to have it, one big book. In fact, it's still, my copy is still in my parents' house now. It's in my library in my parents' house. You know, they will write out the courses and, you know, the subjects to take to enter. I realized that students don't know these things. I have a teenager that I mentor that she didn't get admission, not because she didn't pass JAM, but because she chose the wrong subject.
For the right school.
Yes, for the right school. So for that course, let's say you are applying for a social science course, then you picked English is compulsory, then you picked government, or not even government, literature, then maybe one other CRK and Yoruba. And you want to study mass communication, you want to study economics, it's going to affect you. Because a lot of people, you're not the only one trying to get into the school. A lot of people are also trying. So by the time they start to pick up guidelines and regulations to take people out, that would be one of the things that will hedge you out. So these things happen. So check the requirement for the courses.
Okay.
Yes.
We are terribly out of time. I thought I was angry on this topic, but I think Patrick is angrier than me because he still sent in another message. How can someone spend 4 years in studying zoology in school and end up as a banker? Honestly, we need to scrap some courses from our education sector. Patrick from Nukay.
Sorry, let me quickly respond to Patrick. Okay. Sometimes those courses are not marketable here in Nigeria. But you realize that now with the advent of relocation and everything, those courses are gold. People are making so much. You know, it's just like this psychology and philosophy. A lot of people, especially psychology, guidance and counseling. You realize people are in this. They are almost not getting.
Especially that guidance and counseling.
Yes, they are not getting.
How can I pay you to tell you my problem?
You get they are not getting enough they are not getting enough markets for employing them. But there is a future. Some courses are not relevant now. That looks like they don't have the market now. But with time, their market is opening up, like guidance and counseling. A lot of people now need counselors because of this how's it called now? This emergence and people
of depression, drug abuse, and gender-based mental health. Yes.
So people are beginning to open up in that market space. Like I have like a big brother who was in Nigeria. He was a counselor. He did everything, all this psychology. You know, it was just few jobs here and there. But the moment this person traveled out, it's not all this menial job. He has a regular office job now, and because it was you know, a psychologist, it was It was like hot cake. That position had been vacant for 6 months. By the time he got there, he was treated like a king. So sometimes the market for your career is the future. Unfortunately, we all don't know the future. But so if you have passion for something, I think you can go for it. Just get the requisite knowledge for it.
At this
Thank
point,
you.
we have to put a wrap to the show. Thank you
Yeah.
for your contribution, your angry contribution.
Passionate. Can I quickly take this from Wale Oguntoku from Lagos? It says, well, he's on your side. It says, in my view, I think there is always that edge that someone who studied mass communications and theater arts in the university has over someone practicing journalism and acting when the push comes to shove, because they have studied every aspect of it from A to Z. Many that did not go to study mass communications and practicing journalism will not know about the 5W guidelines when writing. That is coming from Wale Oguntoku from Lagos.
See my point? So the fact that nobody is penalizing you does not mean they know those other persons.
You
doing
can
it
always
out
do a
from the
crash course.
background.
Do a crash course.
Oh,
Don't
God.
worry.
I wish we had the full 30 minutes for this. I prepared
Please,
for
could you come
Like, I
on some
woke
other
up
time?
early.
Because you know one thing, this thing that she's talking about, it has really misled a whole lot of things. It has redirected. You know, I had that issue too. I didn't want to study mass communication, but because I didn't know.
It will be a pleasure to be here once again. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for your contribution, and of course, thank you, Marvelous Phyllis, for the technical assistance. We hope to see you again next Wednesday.
Yes, thank
In
you,
good
Patrick.
health
Yes,
and
thank
plenty
you.
money.
Thank you, Patrick from
With
New
plenty money,
Karu.
Patrick,
Yes,
important.
Patrick from New Karu. Wale Oguntoku from Lagos. And thank you, Temitope Omobolagun. She's a female. And yes, she's a gender advocate. I can call her a gender advocate because anything that has to do with female, I see her arguing on the platform. You can we belong to the same platform one way or the other, and you can see her when it has to do with anything women, and you see her arguing passionately. Just continue your passion, and we hope to have you some other time.
Thank you. To be a pleasure to be here again.
All right.
Thank you, Zara.
So I remain at Nukay.
And I am Zara.
All right. Do have a lovely week ahead.
Bye.